Good morning, happy Friday, welcome back. Hope you guys had a great week. I am going to share something with you today to instantly increase the optimization of your training to get results. If you're not doing these two things, I want you to make sure that you start to pay attention right now, because these are two very simple additions, fixes, pivots in your weekly training that are going to allow you to actually start to see results that you desire and not on some templated program. I'm going to break all that down, from using a program as a blueprint, how we're going to lift, how much we're going to lift, how much we're going to rest, how we focus on the right amount for your goals in today's video. But before we get there, I want you to do me a favor. If you haven't, please subscribe to this channel. I spend every morning creating a video to help you in something with mindset, nutrition, movement, lifestyle, relationships, communication, the way you think, how you act. And if this helps you at all, or if you've come back, please hit subscribe, because you'll instantly get the notification when the videos go up if you choose to, and then you can continue to watch as you go along. This way we can be in touch. You can comment, you can write me an email anytime. Cavan, C-A-V-A-N, @hiddensummitgroup.com, and I'd love to answer your questions. But until then, let's get to today's regularly scheduled programming. Okay, training, right? How do we optimize training? There's a couple different ways that people go about this. You have a basic, generalized, templated program that anyone can walk into the gym and do. Can we see results if we're starting from zero? Absolutely. If you've done nothing before and you go in and you start to lift weights, or if you start to do some conditioning and you've never done that before, you're going to see results. Now, when those results plateau, the first thing that I want you to do is congratulate yourself, because a plateau by design, I'm gonna draw it over here if you're watching. If you're listening, pretend that you see what I'm drawing. All right, it goes down, or, oh, my marker's not working, or it goes up. So we have this plateau, which is this rate of change, this stop in this rate of change. So if it was going down and then it was this way, or if it was going up, it was going this way, that this line is the plateau. I never said I was an artist. Give me a break. If you've plateaued, meaning that you've saw changes and then you stop seeing changes, the first thing I want you to do is not beat yourself up. I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, because you have done enough to notice that you've seen a slowdown or a stop in change. Congratulations. If you have not noticed when you've plateaued before, then you probably didn't know that you were making changes. Now that you know that you're making changes, you're off to a great start. Now that we understand that we have seen a diminishing rate of returns on our efforts, there's a few things that I want you to consider, right? I'm gonna break them down right here. One is going to be rep range. I'll just put reps. And then one is RPE, just to make things really clear. We'll just use the same letters for each. Okay, you have the rep range and you have the RPE. Rep range is the amount of reps that you complete in a set, in a day, in a week. All right, I'm going to speak specifically on the set-based reps. We will get to daily and weekly over time, because that matters too on another call. But for today, I want to go through rep range so you can understand that. So before I get back to RPE, we'll go into the reps. Now, there's different goals that you may have. Is your goal to gain strength? Is your goal to look aesthetically better? Is your goal to be lean, tight, and toned? Or is your goal to have endurance and performance, right? Now, I believe, this is my opinion, I want you to know that doing all of these different rep ranges at different periods of time is going to prove to be beneficial and provide balance overall. Now, if you have a specific goal, we want to break these down into 4 different categories. So we have strength. Okay, following me so far. Aesthetics would be hypertrophy training. Okay, then we have toned. Okay, and then we have endurance. Okay, strength to me, to you now, means we're going to put on mass. We're literally going to put on size. Mass moves mass. We're going to be putting on lean muscle. With that, yes, there will be fat. Don't worry, that's not a bad thing. Another call for another time. Hypertrophy means we're going to break down muscle and rebuild it for aesthetic purposes. So while there are bodybuilders who do hypertrophy training, trust me, they're still really freaking strong. But compared to world's strongest man who does strength, they're stronger. So like, where is it that you fall on this scale? And there's a range here. It's not just black and white. Toned, okay, we're not going to have as much muscular definition. Toned to me means we're still putting on muscle, but longer, leaner muscle that will not carry as much definition or strength as one beforehand. And endurance, okay, I know the light's right there. Anyway, this is an E for endurance, meaning and performance go hand in hand, but think like your elite marathon runner is going to be muscular, you're going to have smaller muscles, they're not going to be as toned, you're going to be very lean throughout the course of that. But there's a range with all of this, and how you balance them together will create what I try and do. But for now, we're going to break them into different categories. So what is the rep range if you want to put on strength? That's 3 to 5 reps. You're going to be performing 3 sets of 3 to 5 reps only in every movement to be able to put on mass. Okay, we're just going to go down the line right now. Now, this is going to be 8 to 10. This is going to be 10 to 12. And this is going to be, well, say 15 plus. Now, where do I fall? Let's start there. I'm right in between the S and the H and between the H and the T for the most part. So I like to do 6 to 12 reps. 6 to 10 reps is my sweet spot for the body I want, the performance that I want. But where do you fall? How do you know? I would start with these and then you can hybrid in between. All of these numbers, what does that sound like to you? What do we have to do? What do we have to change? RPE is the second set here, right? So RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. The effort that we give, how much do we feel that we're giving on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being no effort at all, 10 being all the effort that we have. Now, I want you to sit in, for the most part, a 7 to 9 range, depending on what week of your training cycle that you're in. Now, reason being is that's going to produce the most amount of effort for the most amount of ability to be consistent. So how does that translate to these numbers up here? If I'm going to do 3 to 5 reps at something that I could do 15 plus reps for, that's not going to yield the results to gain strength, to gain size, to gain the power that I want to gain. Same thing. If I were going to try and do more aesthetic training in hypertrophy, and I'm supposed to do 8 to 10 reps at a 7 to 8 RPE, but I can only do 4, it's not going to yield the results for the hypertrophy training. Oh, now is this starting to make sense? Same thing as you go up. If you can do 30 reps, you're not going to get toned, it's going to be more for endurance. And if you only do 3 reps for endurance, you're going to be more so putting on strength. Now we have to figure this out. This is where it takes time. This is where going to the gym and practicing is going to help you understand what your body is capable of and how you can push your body to do more and more every single week. And that's what I want for you, okay? Truly, if you're doing strength, right? When we write our programming at Hidden Summit, we do S5, and that stands for strength, sculpt, skill, sweat, and stretch. Now, in different sections of that workout, we like to promote balance, performance with aesthetics, because most people want a little bit of everything. You want to be able to look good naked, and you want to be able to feel good when you're doing workouts. We don't need to live in the extremes unless you want to win World's Strongest Man, you want to win a bodybuilding show, you want to go to CrossFit Games, whatever it is. Maybe this program isn't for you, but what I'm getting at is that in strength, we're going to be focusing mostly on 3 to 5. So we can add some strength into our training week over week. That means that you're going to be doing back squat, front squat, deadlift, shoulder press, bench press, all these different movements, pull-ups, sets of 3 to 5. Maybe time under tension for another time. We'll come back to tempo at another time. Maybe we go to the sculpting section or the skill section, and we're doing more 8 to 10 reps. So we see some muscular definition. So we like the way we look. So we're not just becoming this big training, world's strongest man type body. We don't need to do that, okay? And then in the endurance, we're gonna sit over here for the sweat section, right? We're gonna do higher rep ranges over a period of time to yield results for the performance side of things. So if we're hitting all of these, we're gonna find balance. But now, I believe it's a great place for people to start, and then with it, you can pick and choose your journey. If you just wanna focus on the sweat and the skill and the sculpt, you'll be more on this end of the spectrum, so you'll see results more over here. If you wanna do the strength and the sculpt, you're gonna be more over here, and you're gonna work on how you look. What I'm getting at, to keep it simple for you, is when you're lifting heavy and you can only do a couple of reps, it's not a bad thing. So if you just go to back squat and you have the barbell and you can do 15 plus reps, but the program says to do 5, we know we need to put weight onto that barbell to yield results in the strength section. Make sense? Okay. Let's wrap this up. It's been 12 minutes and you have lots of other things to do today. Probably get to your training because you want to learn something. I want you to, one, choose what it is that you want to do to start. What is your goal? Or which side do you lean on? Okay? And then I want you to understand that it's okay to do some strength work and still get into the toned endurance side. I want you to know it's okay to do some endurance work, and that'll benefit the hypertrophy and the strength side. When you know that, then you can go into your training week and actually feel like you're making progress. Because now you've gone in, you've trained, you've done the reps that you've said, 3 to 5, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, or somewhere in the middle, right? That's another way to make it blend together. Once you do that, I want you to focus on strength 3 times a week, hypertrophy like 4 to 5 times a week, and then toned endurance 3 times a week plus. So we can mix these up to get to 5 days of training a week, right? Because you have 3 here and 3 here, you have 4, you're doing this every day, and then you're splitting the difference between these two. I want you to try it this way, is because that will give you a balanced approach so you can see results in these different areas. Understanding that how week over week you can raise your RPE. Remember, this is going to be a 7 to 9 range, depending on the program that you're on. And then from there, you're going to be able to see progress over time. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to put more weight on the bar. That's always a good feeling. I had a conversation with a client yesterday who couldn't wait to tell me that she clean and jerked 55 pounds after only using the barbell for months. And I was like, this is incredible. You put 55 pounds over your head. And she was like, oh yeah, I actually deadlifted my body weight too. Oh, so we're working on the tone endurance side of things to get lighter weights like overhead, and we're lifting heavier weights to build strength. Weird that it works when you put it together. But she was focusing on form, which is on the lower end of the RPE scale, and then working on the heavier lifts. Now she has goals to work on the higher end of the RPE scale. Remember, I said months that it took her to do this. So over time, you're going to be able to understand these sections better, what reps you're going to use. You're going to log your workouts and the weights that you lift. So over time, you can go from, let's say, 55 pounds in strength for 3 reps to 55 pounds in 5 reps. Or you can go from 55 pounds in 3 reps to 65 pounds in 3 reps, which is going to allow you to see strength happening in other ways. So it isn't just about going in and doing 10 reps. If what you plan on doing is going in and doing 10 reps on everything, every single day with the same amount of rest between each and every single movement, you're going to see results, then you're going to plateau. And this is going to help you move in a direction so you don't have to plateau, and you can see that gradient change. If you want to lose weight, lose fat, if you want to gain muscle, whatever it is, over time. So strength, hypertrophy, toned, endurance, all the rep ranges 3 to 5, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 15 plus RPE on a scale of I can do this all day to holy shit, this is really hard. I can only do 1 rep over here. Want to sit in that kind of 7 to 9. Okay, this is hard, but I could do a couple more reps. This is hard, but I could do 1 more rep. This is hard, but that was really hard, and I don't know if I can do 1 more rep. To, okay, I can only do 1 rep. Take this, use it, apply it. Remember, S5 training is free for a month. So if you go to the link below, you can actually get S5 training for free for a month. Just type in code free month. And below, I've also, if you made it this far, now I'm going to reward you, right? Thanks for staying with me for 16 minutes. I know I said 4 minutes ago we'd be done, but we're still here. If you go to the link below, I will give you a free training program called Full Body Flex, which takes all of these and helps you get them done in an hour every single day. So it's a strength biased, hypertrophy toned base plan that you get to choose your rep range, focusing on RPE for 4 weeks so you can see progress. I built this out, I have videos in there, I wrote the workouts myself, I've done them myself, I've got my clients to do them, and they've seen results. So Full Body Flex is available for you in the link below for free. All you gotta do is click the link, fill out the form, I'll email it to you. And once you do that, then you can start working out. Any questions, email me, and I'll talk with you soon. Thanks everybody. Have a great way. Have a great